Hey guys, it's Janie. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. I have another review for you. I am going to be reviewing Code Zero by Jonathan Maberry. I did a series review from books 1 through 5, and I will put that in the description box below so you can check that one out. This is book number 6 of the Joe Ledger series, and what can I say? It's Joe Ledger. He is one of my favorite detectives, good guys, protagonists that I've ever read. And I know I go on and on and on about Joe Ledger and the Echo team. I know I do. And it's because it's that good. Anyway, there's going to be 8 books in this series. The next one comes out in March. And I'm not sure about the one following that. This one is by far my favorite out of the 6 books I've read thus far. In this book, there is so much action. It is like every single page. And I had to get on Twitter and just say that Jonathan Maberry likes to give his readers heart failure, because there were so many parts where I'm like, oh my God. And yeah, it just had me on the edge of my seat the entire time I read the book, because there is so much action in this book. As I said in my series review, this set of books is on terrorists and their acts and those things that, you know, terrorists do. And I am so not a person to read stuff on government or politics or terrorists or any of that stuff until I found this series. He writes it in a way that makes me crave it every time the next book comes out. This one just came out this year, and I was a little late getting to it. I decided to read this as a buddy read with a couple of my friends in my group, and we all loved it. The action is just phenomenal. It was like every other page something was going on. And I love that. I love the ride. I love the excitement. And I love Joe. So all those things rolled into one made it absolutely fantastic. Of course, I've said before as well that this is the best character development, I think. He's right up there with Stephen King on character development. Because I know I say this and go on about this all the time, but they're so real. It's like they're these people that sit right next to you. They're flawed and they're not perfect and they're just scarred and bad things happen to them all the time, especially Joe. And it makes me love him more, and it makes me love his character that much more. And they're so easy to connect to. It's like these people that you see every day. And I feel like I'm right there, a part of the team in every adventure and every thing that they have to handle and all these cases they have to solve. I feel like I'm right there. Code Zero is actually the sequel to Patient Zero. So yes, we come back to the zombie scene in this one. And it is all linked to Ebola, which is really made this book a lot more realistic to me, because there was just a case of Ebola in Denton. And it just made it that more realistic to me. And I found out from my husband, it was in the news, that they're calling this patient, or the victim of Ebola, Patient Zero. I said, what? So yeah, you can imagine how realistic this story came to me, how realistic it was for me. So anyway, the characters have great development. They're beautiful. The team is beautiful. They're just like, they're family. When somebody feels something bad, they all feel something bad. When somebody is hurting, they're all hurting. And that is one of the things I like the most about the characters in this book and the team, is because no matter what it is, they always put in 100%. Always. It seems like no matter what it is, if it's relationships or it's the job or it's the friendships, it's always 100%. They never just like, oh, okay, I did enough, and move on. No matter the sacrifice, no matter the things that could possibly happen, they put in their time, their 100%, to save the country from whatever terrorists they're going after at the time. And like I said, this is back to the zombies. And the villain in here, her name is Mother Night, is created so awesome that I just want to kill her myself. She is one of the greatest villains that I've read so far. And she could be right up there with all those villains we love to hate. And I absolutely love what Jonathan Maberry brought to this book, and how Mother Night is this creature, this person that you couldn't even call a human being because she's that ruthless. And she's a horrible, horrible person. And I love it. I love the way she was wrote, and I love the fact that I hated her. And I wanted the worst thing ever to could possibly happen to her to happen. So, yeah. I'm not going to say anything else because I could give away so much. And I don't want to do this because this series is something readers should experience for themselves, going into it without too much knowledge. Because that's the way I entered this series. And I loved not knowing a whole lot about the series and what was going on. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I want you, the readers, to experience it the same way that I was able to experience this. So if you have not read the Joe Ledger series, start with Patient Zero, and yes, you have to read them in sequence. And this, like I said, was my favorite. It was, I can't say a great wrap-up because it's not. There's 2 more books. And it's great anticipation for these next 2 to end up in my hands so that I can read them. But my husband and I both have read this. We have both rated these 5 stars. There's just no other way for me to rate them. They are that good. So yes, I want you to experience this for yourself. And if there's anybody that has read this, let me know in the comments below if you've experienced the same adventure I have with Joe and the team. And we will talk about it because I would love to talk about it. So that is my review, guys, on Code Zero. I hope you enjoyed the review, and thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.